in today's tutorial, we're going to go over several of the crafts that I have in my study guide for leading your children through Easter. So if you are new to this and you haven't heard about my study guide, I have written a 4-week study that you can do with your kids for the whole month before Easter. So it walks them from creation all the way through until Easter week, explaining things, like why Jesus had to die, about this original sin in the Garden of Eden and the consequence of sin, and Jesus coming to earth to die for that. And then you go through that for 3 weeks, and then the last week, the week of Easter, every day you're going through a lesson for every day. And I have a lot of crafts that go along with all of this in my study guide. And so today we are going to show you some of the crafts that are scattered throughout this lesson guide. I've got a few other individual tutorials. I've got a crown of thorns where you can watch me making that wreath. I've got in this tutorial there's one about making the piece of fruit that was on the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. But I have another one separate that's just dedicated to that particular craft, because it's a little tricky, cutting what order of things to put in to make that craft. So you could watch that if you want a singular tutorial on that. But this tutorial, we just kind of took a lot of footage making all the different crafts and compiled it all here. So I hope that this helps, and if you haven't purchased my study guide, you can click the link below, and that will take you into my website where you can purchase it there. I also have, you can click the link below, there's a blog post, a very extensive blog post that I wrote going over every single craft in that study guide. So that even if you don't have the study guide, if you want to do some of the crafts, you could pretty much get through them with just using my blog and using this tutorial. And in that blog, I've linked all the supplies, so if you just, want to go on there and see what you need, it's all right there for you. So, you can click those links and go check it out for yourself. So I hope you enjoy these crafts, and I hope this helps you be able to get through your study guide. so we're going to make the stable that Jesus was born in. And so you just need some white printer paper, or you could do cardstock. And you've got 5 popsicle sticks. You've got some liquid glue, scissors, and some either colored pencils or markers or color crayons, whatever your kids want to use. Now, I will have to confess that I do not have an artistic bone in my body, and so my husband traced me a picture for me to color, but I'm sure your kids will probably do better than me. So you're gonna get just a blank piece of paper and then put glue on each one of the sticks, and you're just gonna put it in the shape of a house. And so we'll just go ahead and do all 5 points of this, and then we'll just trim around it. Alright, so it probably would have been easier to color this before I glued these on, but I didn't think of that until later. So I'm not going to cut it until after I'm done coloring it, so that it's easier to hold on to it. So, you know, whether they want to use markers or color crayons or paints, whatever, just have them color a picture inside the stable of like Jesus in a manger or the wise men or whatever it is that they picture the stable looking like. So we're just going to go ahead and color it and then cut it out, and then we will be just about done. Alright, so I made it through the artwork, but this is basically what they want. It's like a stable with some sort of a scene inside. Now they can color or paint the wood popsicles if they want, and then we're just going to cut out around it, and that will be just about all we do with this. So I think I'll paint mine, or I'll do it with a marker, just some brown so it looks more stably, if that's a word. Alright, so that's it. We're finished. So that's their activity for when Jesus was born. So you could put like a magnet. You could just get a little magnet and hot glue it back here if they want to put it on the fridge. Or you could poke a little hole right there and hang some twine, and they could hang it from something. So anyway, that is the craft for Jesus being born. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that was helpful. We enjoyed putting all those crafts together and making the tutorial for you. So if you enjoyed this, I would love it if you would give me a thumbs up. And you might want to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're notified every time I post. I bring a lot of content to this channel. I cover a wide variety of subjects, from homesteading to building tutorials to cooking and crafts with your kids, natural care, just a lot of stuff here on our channel. So if you're interested in that, we would love to have you join our YouTube family. So go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.